Hello viewers, today I'm going to be ranking my flavored makgeolli recipes. So these are, last time I did fruit makgeolli recipes, and today I'll be doing other flavored makgeolli recipes flavored with flowers, flavored with herbs and other ingredients. There are 19 of my recipes to categorize here. And of course, these are my personal opinions, my tier ranking of these flavors. So let's get into it. So these are all the videos over on the right here, and on the left are my categories from S, which is S is for the exceptional flavors, the ones that are truly the best. A is for the superior recipes, recipes that I really want to share with other people. B is for recipes that still have positive qualities. C is just for the average recipes. Maybe adding this flavor didn't really improve it over a plain makgeolli. And last time I said D was for disaster. I don't think any of these are really disasters, so I'm going to say D is for disappointment. Something just is not right about this flavor. It didn't work out like I wanted it to. All right, so like I said, I've already categorized my fruit flavored makgeollis, and so these are the other flavors. And I still have plenty more recipes to go through. I'll do that in future videos. So I hope you enjoy this format. Okay, so let's start here. I like doing this because it's a good way for me to revisit some of these recipes that I enjoyed at the time, but I haven't made in a long time. It's a good way to revisit those. Okay, the first one I have here, lavender. Lavender is a great flavor. I like it a lot. It's used in desserts, and it makes a good makgeolli flavor. I'm gonna say this is a category recipe. I like lavender makgeolli, and it's a nice intense flavor too. I think and it goes well with, I think the lavender rice wine combination is a good one. All right. Next one I have here is rose. Rose. Okay, well, of course, rose smells great, and it is a flavor used in desserts, rose water. But for makgeolli, it just wasn't quite right. Not a disaster, but didn't really improve things that much. I'm gonna put it down at a C. Okay, hibiscus. Okay, well this, I remember this. It produced a nice sour, tart taste, but also with very flavorful and a nice color, nice aroma. Actually, this one is one of my favorites. Hibiscus makgeolli. That's worth trying if you have a chance to brew some with some hibiscus. You should try it out. Okay, saffron. Okay, saffron. Saffron is famous for being an expensive, rare ingredient. You just need a small amount for this, and it does produce a very intense flavor and color. I really enjoyed it. This is a A tier brew. So saffron, I'm going to keep at A. Chrysanthemum. Okay, chrysanthemum. It looks like I'm doing all the floral ones first here. I'm doing all the floral ones. Chrysanthemum is a nice flavor, good flavor for makgeolli, but I'm going to say it's not quite as good as the lavender one. I'm going to put it as B, but still better than rose. Okay, here's another floral, osmanthus. Okay, Asmanthus has a nice fruity aroma like peach, and taste like peach too. Um, so it's a nice ingredient to brew with. I can say that's an A as well. Let me move some of these others over. Okay, so let's categorize it as Manthus as A. Okay, and licorice makgeolli. Okay, this is licorice with combination of jujube and star anise, which is I think a classic combination of flavors, and I really like this too. I'm gonna say this is A as well. So I have lots of A's. I do like floral ingredients with makgeolli. I think it works well, and a lot of these worked out. So I was glad to yeah. Okay, good to revisit this. Okay, so I'm gonna put that licorice makgeolli at A as well. You know, ginger. Yeah, ginger is tasty. Can be a bit strong. I enjoy this. This is a positive brew. I say it's a B. Okay, now Perilla flower. Okay, maybe you can tell from the title, this one really worked out in a strange way. Like the Perilla leaves, I really like the flavor of Perilla flower. That's the seeds. It's similar in idea to sesame seeds, but so Perilla flour is made from those seeds. It's a bit oily, so there was an oil on the surface of the brew, and the flavor is very intense and unexpected. So I actually I would not recommend this unless you're really seeking out an unusual flavor. Don't copy me on this one. So I'm gonna put this down as a D. You're least likely out of all of these to enjoy this one. Now, sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla, similar to the licorice makgeolli, I'm pretty sure I brewed with star anise with this one too. Yeah, a good flavor, maybe not worth the extra, not worth the sarsaparilla. I think licorice was better. Okay, now black pepper. Okay, that's an interesting ingredient. Yeah, it actually turned out more floral than expected. So it had it became less peppery brewing with it. Still some spiciness, but more floral. Very interesting flavor. I do recommend trying that. I'm going to say that's a B. Okay, and wormwood. Okay, so wormwood is very bitter, and this was an interesting ingredient to experiment with. I think as a flavor, a little boring as a flavor, probably more interesting as an additive to get an astringent aftertaste. If you had a brew that otherwise you wouldn't like the aftertaste of this, I do enjoy that effect wormwood has on the aftertaste, but just on the overall flavor, I don't think it's anything special. I can say this is a C. Okay, and then, what do we have here? Roasted burdock. Okay, burdock makgeolli. Okay, I guess you have to really like burdock to like this. I didn't. So for me, this was a disappointment. Maybe, of course, if you like burdock, you might like this better. I don't know, but yeah, I'm going to put this down as a D. Okay. Pine needle. Pine. Okay. Yeah, solid makgeolli. Okay. Yeah, pine needle. That's a nice flavor and very medicinal tasting, but I also get a very authentic feeling from it. This is a good flavor to try. This is an A for me. So pine needles go up to A. What do I have? Rosemary. That it pretty much was the taste and flavor that you expect. It's not a bad flavor to go with makgeolli. Yeah, I can say that's it. That's a B. Oh, matcha. Okay, so the powdered green tea flavor. Actually, I like this one a lot. I think this was an excellent flavor to try. It's going to go up to the S category. Yeah, that's worth doing. That's a nice flavor. Just think of why the matcha ice cream is so popular. Yeah, that's a good flavor. Okay, next thing to categorize here, maple syrup. Okay, the thing is, I like maple syrup is a great flavor by itself. Brewing with it ends up sort of destroying the special aroma of the maple syrup. So I brewed with it. I got something in the end, but I didn't really get the maple syrup flavor out of it. So that, yeah. So it's just more of ordinary. It didn't help the flavor. So that's a C. It didn't make a bad flavor either. That's why it's not a D. So I'm gonna say that's a C. Okay, only a couple more left here. Boricha. Okay, so that's the roasted barley tea, boricha. Okay, that's one of my favorite recipes that I came up with, boricha. Yeah, that's an S. That's an S for sure. And it's I think it's an appropriate kind of flavor to try with rice wine, and I'm sort of surprised I hadn't seen it elsewhere. So I'm going to take credit for combining those flavors. At least on YouTube, I don't see anyone else combining those flavors. So boricha makgeolli, it's mine and it's tasty. Okay, and toasted sesame. Okay, well, okay, the thing with sesame, I toasted the sesame a lot. It's quite oily and flavorful, a little overpowering. Yeah, I don't want to say that this one was a great recipe. Yeah, well, maybe I'll just keep it as average. So it's a C category. Okay, so there I've categorized these 19 recipes that I've published on the channel before. And let's view the patterns here. Well, one of the patterns is that I seem to like the floral flavored makgeollis. They're generally well ranked. I do like the floral makgeollis, and herbal ingredients can be hit or miss, and especially with oily ingredients, you can end up with a very interesting brew, but it might be something you'd hesitate to recommend anyone else trying again. So you get, I'm glad I had an interesting video to share with you, but I'm not sure really you should follow my example on some of those oily recipes, like the Perilla or even the sesame. So herbal flavors can be very strong and might not go as well with the makgeolli. I other pattern here is that I do like the medicinal flavors, such as licorice and the pine needles. Those are nice. I do like that. That's the yakju kind of flavor, medicinal alcohol. That's something I like. So, okay, so that's the patterns I see here. I've categorized 19 different recipes from previous videos. Let me know if you've tried any of these recipes and if you'd categorize the results any differently. I'd be interested to know that. Like I said, there's going to be more of these tier list rankings in the future. I have other recipes that I need to categorize and rank. So thank you for watching.